Home of Rugby League. Dial *515# to subscribe.
The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, I'm Jemima Sukbat with the news. In this edition, Treasurer presents country's biggest budget yet, 17th Men of Honor campaign launched, and K4K program underway in Kokoda. Minister for Environment and Conservation Simo Kilepa has praised the officials from key government agencies who attended COP27 in Egypt. Minister Kilepa said the state negotiators are sometimes portrayed in a negative way when they represent the country during important meetings. Kilepa made these remarks after presenting the outcomes of the COP27 meeting in Port Moresby.
I would like to pay special tribute to our officials from key government departments and agencies, including Climate Change and Development Authority, Department of Prime Minister and NEC, Office of the State Solicitor, Foreign Affairs, National Energy Authority, National Forest Authority, National Planning and Monitoring, who are often portrayed in a negative way by the public when it comes to representing the country in the climate conference. Throughout the COP negotiation, I noticed the tremendous efforts they have put in during the negotiation days and nights. They have worked under tremendous challenges in such international meetings, and I commend them for their efforts.
The United Church of Papua New Guinea held its 28th General Meeting at Kinabot United Church earlier this month in East Newritan. During the meeting, the election of the moderator position was conducted by outgoing moderator Reverend Bernard C.I. After 3 elimination rounds, Reverend Garo Kilagi succeeded with 28 points. Reverend Kilagi holds a Master's in Theology from the Pacific Theological College and is the current Health Secretary for the United Church of Papua New Guinea. Reverend Kilagi is now considered as the 6th moderator in the United Church of Papua New Guinea. UNFPA and the Korean International Cooperation Agency signed an agreement for 16 million kina to launch a new project addressing gender-based violence and sorcery accusation-related violence in PNG. The agreement was signed in Port Moresby on Monday.
UNFPA Country Representative Mariel Senda referred to the 16 million kina gender-based violence and sorcery accusation-related violence project as a game changer for addressing GBV and SARV in Papua New Guinea.
We think of this as a milestone in our partnership with Korea and KOICA, also a milestone in our partnership with the Department of Justice and our actions to combat gender-based violence and sorcery accusation-related violence in Papua New Guinea.
The signing was done by Sender of UNFPA and Fiji-based Koika Country Director Kapchara in the presence of the Ambassador Ho Hyun Kang of Korea and Department of Justice and Attorney General Secretary Dr. Eric Kwam. Ms. Sanders said violence is a destructive force in the society, so this project has been put together to end the scourge of gender-based violence and also sorcery accusation-related violence in Papua New Guinea.
It is a bigger problem towards PNG's sustainable development goals, and it is affecting, in particular, women and girls.
Ambassador Kang expressed gratitude to Koika and UNFPA PNG for the continued efforts to achieve a milestone of signing the joint project on ending GBV and SAV in PNG.
One of the objectives of this 5-year-long $5 million project, jointly implemented by Koika and UNFPA PNG, is to ensure that women and girls and marginalized persons who experience or are at risk of GBV and SARV have access to quality, timely and well-coordinated multi-sector essential services.
It was highlighted by both speakers that partnership is important and that this project does not exist in isolation but as part of ongoing multi-sectoral responses to end gender-based violence and establishing peaceful relationships between individuals, families, and communities. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
For the seventh time in a row, Digital PNG Foundation has officially launched its annual Men of Honor campaign and announced its partnership with JAX PNG. The Men of Honor campaign aims to break the cycle of violence by recognizing ordinary men who are maintaining peace and fighting against gender-based violence.
PNG Foundation have launched its 7th Men of Honor campaign. The campaign aims to break the cycle of violence by focusing on men in communities who are working to build peace. The campaign recognizes ordinary men who are doing extraordinary things for the communities in maintaining peace. Chief Executive Officer for Digital PNG Foundation, Serena Sasingan, was delighted to announce also a partnership between Digital Foundation, CPL and JAX of PNG. While JAX becomes the sole retailer of all Men of Honor merchandise, the partnership is an avenue for the public to get more information about the campaign.
Everyone has a role to play in ending violence because violence is truly it's an individual choice on how you choose to react to a given situation. And we believe that in order to have a strong, healthy nation, we need strong, healthy families. So I encourage the customers and the public to come across to the JAX of PNG shops and to buy the Men of Honor t-shirts. Buy it for your friends, buy it for your fathers, buy it for your brothers, just as a sign of you recognizing that their actions, that we need strong men in the country, and that we really support and recognize the men that are doing phenomenal things to help keep our communities safe and strong.
CPL Group General Manager Nazar Shafi welcomed the partnership and launch, acknowledging the partnership to distribute and promote the Men of Honor campaign through the Men of Honor shirt range.
CPL has always been very much keen on working with any program that supports the community. CPL on its own has its own community program through the CPL Foundation. So working with Digital Foundation is definitely something is pleasing for us, and definitely supporting men who are there to support the women, the community, the children. I think it's a great thing, and also through a different method that the approach is through the initiating it as a brand.
The Men of Honor Roadshow continues in Leh, Medang and Mount Hagen. Awards will be given to 4 men from each region. To date, the campaign has supported 95 male champions who are agents of change. Jasmine Eru, TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. After the break, Treasurer presents largest national budget yet for Papua New Guinea.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him altogether.
Susan, I want something.
And Sunshine Nutri-Strong. And new blue packet Sunshine milk.
Ah, Sunshine got new blue packet milk.
Yes, and good pla walk him coffee, tea, na bake him scone too. Sunshine Nutri-Strong. And scale or make him Milo or milk belong all picking long drink too.
Nice yeah.
And now Sunshine Nutri-Strong. And we got vitamins and minerals too.
Sunshine Nutri-Strong, the new nutritious milk from Sunshine. Open hands.
Welcome back. Treasurer Ian Lingstaki has presented a whopping 24.5 billion kina budget for 2023 in Parliament this afternoon. The 2023 money plan is the largest in the country's history.
Treasurer Ian Lingstaki, when presenting the 2023 budget in Parliament today, says the money plan is the largest investment in the history of the country. Total revenues will be another record estimate of 19.5 billion kina, a 20.9% increase from 2022. Mr. Lingstaki says the 2023 budget also delivers a billion kina reduction in the size of deficit, down from 5.9 billion kina in 2022 to 4.9 billion kina in 2023.
PNG is doing much better than most other countries. The real growth rate in our non-resource economy is recovering well. Real growth rates of 4.8% in 2021, 4.5% in 2022, and 4.6% next year. This is only the second time in our history that we have had 3 years in a row of such growth of over 4%.
The Treasurer further acknowledged the leadership of Prime Minister James Marape for what he describes as a responsible budget for 2023.
This budget is the largest in our country's history. Total expenditure will be 24.5 billion kina, a 10.8% increase on our original 2022 budget. This is the largest investment in our people's future in the history of our nation.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
The government has targeted 5 key priority areas in the 2023 money plan. Law and order has taken precedence with a budget increase.
The first priority for the 2023 budget is law and order. This budget delivers an extra 401 million kina into our law and order sector, the largest increase in funding in PNG's history. This is an increase of 28.9%. Treasurer Ian Lingstaki says he was delighted to see police paid advertisements in the media for a further 500 recruits and 60 extra officer positions.
We have committed ongoing funding to the police to continue this level of recruitment. We will lift the size of the police force from 5,000 in 2022 to over 7,000 by 2026. Mr. Speaker, we are providing a 50% increase in funding for the judiciary, increasing funding from 154 million to 232 million next year, before a planned increase to 310 million, which they're requesting for 2024.
Major increases also for our magistrates, for our public prosecutor, for ICAC, for the Ombudsman Commission, and for the Constitutional and Law and Reform Commission. The Treasurer stated that one of the transformations of the Marape Rosso government has been the dramatic rebalancing of the budget.
I am pleased to announce that the 2023 budget allocates 9.7 billion kina to invest in our roads, our ports, our airways, and in our schools and hospitals, and in our power and water supplies. Of this, 6.6 billion kina will be provided under PNG's own Public Investment Program, or PIP, which is supported with a further 3.1 billion kina in international support.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso said the government has placed law and order as a priority in the 2023 national budget. He said funding will be provided to the police force, including the law and justice sector. Rosso made these remarks during a recent parliament debate. In today's budget presentation, an increase of 401 million kina was revealed for the sector. Law and order issues has been a hindrance to development in the country. The Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso joined in the debate in Parliament last week, expressing that funding to adequately resource the police force and the law and justice sector has been lacking over the years.
To get a complete cycle of conviction, you need from the start the police force to make arrest. Once they do the arrest, then you need successful prosecution. We do not have adequate skilled prosecutors or sufficient prosecutors to the point where they can get prosecution. I'm hard looks in prosecution. Sometimes paperwork or something, you know, go straight. Or magistrate rouse him no technical errors. So we need to have and make sense this law prosecution. It must be upskilled and done properly.
He has called on the members of parliament to support the 2023 budget, which has placed law and order as a priority.
So I can assure you, gentlemen, that this government, our government, has placed priority on law and order, and we are directly behind our internal security minister to ensure this happens. And it is not just a police force. It is a CIS. It is a holistic approach. You go come up finish one day on magistral services.
Deputy Prime Minister Rosso has also called on the police force to do their job in ensuring that our communities are safe and in order. PNG's National Stock Exchange, PNGX, plans to focus on investor education next year. PNGX Chairman David Lawrence admitted the market needs more awareness.
A stock exchange is developed to meet two basic and complementary needs: a company's need for funds and an individual or company's desire to invest savings efficiently. PNG's National Stock Exchange, PNGX, was in Leh recently to speak with the business community about the potential for listing on the stock market, as well as advise individuals on how to buy shares in listed companies. PNGX Chairman David Lawrence admitted that more awareness is needed, hence their activities in 2023 will focus on investor education.
So we'll be trying to run investor education programs on the stock market in every province, but we also be running programs for university students so they become more aware of how to invest, and we'll be trying to get more awareness of the market and investment into the last couple of years of schooling so that children become more aware of how they can put their money to use as they move out into the workforce.
Meantime, those who wish to purchase shares on the market need to, firstly, approach a licensed securities dealer or stockbroker to discuss their investment needs. PNG has two stockbrokers, JMP Securities and Kina Securities, with Lawrence saying they would like to see more stockbrokers join the market.
I think the pathway for that has opened up now that we have an active securities commission who can grant licenses. But the more stockbrokers we have in the market, the more competition we have, and the more competition we have, the more shares we'll see traded. That will give us better pricing, and it becomes a bit of a chicken there. The more investors we get, the more active the market is. The more active the market, the more investors we get.
PNGX said the minimum marketable parcel is currently valued at 2,000 kina, excluding broking fees. Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is up next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell Rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell Rice. Skell Life.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
SB Lager was there for the birth of our nation. We cheered when we dominated the Pacific Games. And we were full of pride when the Hunters lifted the cup. SB Lager, cheers to 70 years.
You got that smile, oh, it lightens up the street for a mile. 'Cause being down doesn't suit your style. Hold your head up, 'cause love will keep on going strong. And then smile, it's a given when everything seems lost. Don't try and smile.
Welcome back. The Team PNG Hero athletes are out again, delivering the final kicks for Kokoda tournament in Kokoda, Northern Province. Today's program started with a word of prayer and then talks on the Olympic values of respect, excellence and friendship. Linda Poulsen, hero athlete in powerlifting, spoke on the value of excellence. Using the values of honesty, excellence, respect and openness as team names, participants were out on the field playing seated volleyball, soccer and touch rugby as a way of joining the world to observe the International Day of Disabled Persons, which is observed on the 3rd of December. Seated volleyball was included in the program. This tournament is facilitated by the Team PNG Hero athletes and delivered through the partnership between the PNG Olympic Committee, KTF, Grassroots Soccer. It is supported by the Australian government. The National Rugby League has released the 2023 Telstra Premiership schedule, along with a blockbuster pre-season draw that brings live NRL to more fans than ever before, right across Australia and New Zealand. The 2023 pre-season challenge will transform the pre-season experience for clubs and fans alike, and it will kick off on Thursday, February 9th, when the Warriors take on West Tigers.
The Warriors-Tigers pre-season clash sets the scene for a huge weekend of rugby league in New Zealand. For the first time, both men's and women's Harvey Norman All-Stars matches will be played in Rotorua on Saturday, February 11. This will be a cultural celebration reflecting the NRL's commitment to invigorate rugby league in New Zealand after an absence of live matches due to COVID. Only a matter of minutes later, it's a grand final rematch between the Panthers and Eels at the Bluebird Stadium. While down in Wollongong at Wynn Stadium, it's the battle of the Saints as the St. George Illawarra Dragons fire up against Super League champions St. Helens. On Saturday, February 18, the Charity Shield hits the road to Margie in the central west of New South Wales for the inaugural Dragons-Rabbitohs pre-season clash. While back at Bluebird Stadium, it's the 2021-22 NRL premiers, Penrith Panthers taking on Super League champion St. Helens in the much-anticipated World Cup Challenge. The brand new Dolphins close the pre-season competition at home at Moreton Daily Stadium against the Titans. Then it's time for the 2023 NRL Telstra Premiership, the biggest ever. The season consists of 204 matches over 27 regular season rounds. More action than ever before over a long NRL Premiership season, kicking off with round 1 on March 2 and culminating in the grand final on Sunday, October 1. Teams will play 24 home and away matches, and each team will also receive 3 byes throughout the regular season. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the news tonight. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.